When it comes to starting a new business, one of the most challenging hurdles that an entrepreneur must tackle can be the online marketing of their product. This leads many new businesses to take the seemingly obvious choice of hiring a freelancer or an agency. What many may not realize is hiring an agency at such an early stage can actually be detrimental to the success of their business if a few conditions aren't met. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about when you should actually hire a digital agency to take over your marketing. Because a lot of businesses that have reached out to me and that I've seen looking for help online are trying to do so way too early. And I'm going to jump right into the reasons why, with the first one being affordability. If you have a brand new business with no reoccurring revenue, it can be really hard to manage agency fees and advertising fees, as well as maintaining a good profit margin. Most done-for-you agencies will range anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 per month, and if you're starting from zero, there is no guarantee that they're going to be able to launch your business profitably, no matter how good the agency is. Now, if you're someone with a lot of money, maybe you own other businesses and other investments, and you have $5,000 to $10,000 a month to invest in an agency right away while they build up your brand and build up your sequences and processes, then that's completely fine. If you're really strapped for time and capital is not a worry for you, go ahead, hire an agency. Just know, right when you hire them, you're paying them to buy and collect data, analyze it, and see if your product actually has a market fit. You're not paying them to open the floodgates to profit just yet. But if you have less than that, you're better off just learning the basic skills, applying them consistently, testing yourself, gathering data, and actually just using that fee that you would give to the agency towards advertising so that you have more data to collect. The thing is, when it comes to launching a new product through paid advertising online, a lot of people seem to have this preconceived notion that it works like magic. A lot of people really seem to believe you can spend your first dollar on Facebook ads and have $2 in profit the next day, when it really just doesn't work like that. Just like I said before, if it's a brand new product, you really need to see if it's something people actually want. You need to see if your offer, your product will work at scale before you start to sink your money and delegate roles into an agency. Hardest part for new businesses is going from $0 to $10,000 a month, or $0 to $1 million for the first time, and you can't expect an agency or just marketers that don't really know as much about their product as you do to be able to get your business off the ground in 1 or 2 months if you have no revenue. Now, of course, there are some exceptions to this. If you're a service-based business, it's different because your service most of the time is proven. So if you're just focusing on lead generation, appointment setting, or brand awareness, hiring an agency or a freelancer can be really, really great right off the jump. But building your platform is something that also takes time, so be ready to invest. I know you probably see marketers all over the place saying how they can scale businesses super fast no matter what situation there is. That seems to be the way the market these days. But what you have to realize is people that say that, people that show results from that, 90% of the time they're working with businesses that either have existing revenue or they have a really good offer that has proven market fit, or both. It's really easy to take a business from $20K a month to $50K a month by implementing new strategies and sequences on an audience that's already geared to buy that product. It's already proven that it's something that they want, and the business already knows that their offer sells to that demographic. But bringing someone from 0 to 20K requires finding that audience, building and nurturing a lead list from scratch, repeated exposure to that audience once you found it, split testing all of your messaging, tweaking and refining the offer, then making sure you have a system to bring cold traffic through the awareness, engagement, and conversion phases so that you can continuously, predictably generate revenue, knowing exactly what your spend is going to be to acquire it. Because even if you do get a few sales based on random advertising, if you don't have a consistent system in place that lets you know exactly what your spend is, you just won't know what to put out and what you're going to get back based on it. And the last reason I'll say is just your level of comprehension. Do you understand the basics of how online marketing works? Because if not, you probably shouldn't hire an agency. How can you judge their work if you just have no idea what they're doing? How can you even assess and trust that they know what they're doing if you can't look at it at any time and be able to read the data for yourself? Because at the end of the day, hiring an agency isn't a set and forget kind of job when it comes to your marketing. It's a collaborative work between, the business owner, the face of the company, and the agency. Everyone has to have a part. Now, when when should you hire an agency? Pretty much just the opposite of everything I said. You hire an agency when you have a product that's selling decently, you know people want it, and you just need someone to scale it rapidly. Another really good time to hire an agency is when you're a business owner that is very, very busy and you need an agency to take over those tasks so you can focus on other things that grow the business as well. Because if you have a business that's doing, $50K to $100K on a month-to-month basis, and you want to be able to scale it to $500K, but you can't allocate your time to just solely the marketing aspect, there's other things you got to do to achieve that, then hiring an agency can be a really good fit. You're probably going to be busy with sales calls, operations, and you're not going to have the time to look at the data and really look for the small fine tweaks and continuously split test your messaging in order to eke out those profits. For example, for my agency, even though we do provide these services, I don't manage Facebook ad accounts, I don't build landing pages, I don't do the email marketing, and I don't manage social media accounts. When I first started, I did. Now I still do oversee it, but my role is mainly focused on the overall architecture of the campaigns. My primary day-to-day focus is taking sales calls, having meetings with my team or clients, or making content. If I didn't have a team to take care of my outreach and maintaining my clients, there would just be no way I'd have time to even make this video or, get on a bunch of calls to close a new deal. But again, when I first started, obviously call volumes and those things weren't as high, so I did do all of those things myself. And the good part about it is if you've been doing it from the jump, like I said before, you'll have a much better understanding of what you're doing, and hiring becomes a lot easier because now you just have the ability to train as well. Now, obviously, when it comes to hiring an agency, you're more so hiring for their expertise. You're not going to be training, but you'll be able to assess their capabilities so much easier if you have, at least your foot in the door into their world. Now, if you're in a situation where you don't have the capital, I heavily suggest in just making use of the free resources that are out there. There's books, there's courses, obviously there's paid resources that work really well, which aren't monthly retainers. They're really cheap. Invest your time in learning. And if you really want to cut down the learning curve, you can see if the agency also provides a consultancy option. And that's one thing we do with our agency. We're not just done for you work. If there's a client that can't afford our higher package, hiring our entire team, sometimes I just get paid for coaching calls. We'll get on a call, for like an hour once a week. I'll look at the entire campaign architecture, break it down, see where they might be going wrong, see where they could be plugging in things to, provide them more success, give them actionable steps to reach that success, follow up with them, hold them accountable on the next call until they're at a level where they can actually delegate the role and afford to hire the agency in full. And at that point, my team would just take over. The bottom line is, if you're starting a company, you want to be able to have the skills to market it on your own. You want to be able to have the skill to bring in an audience and sell them. So if you're a business owner in this position, feel free to book a call with us down below. We'll see where your business is at, and we'll advise you on the best next steps, whether it be to work with us or to do something else. For those that do want to book a call, there's a link down below in the description where you can book a quick Zoom meeting with myself. But thank you to all those that did spend the time to watch the video. I really do appreciate that. Feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy. Also, you can leave questions down below if you have any at all. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.